Well, it's very nice to be here tonight. I appreciate being included. I love talking about community. Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation has been in this community almost 50 years. How many of you have ever heard of the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation? Oh, that is above the norm. That's great. And I'm not here to talk about the Community Foundation, but want to give you a little context. The mission of the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation is to improve the quality of life and in the community that we serve, which is Washtenaw County and Plymouth. And we do that through working with donors to build a permanent endowment, which is all about sustainability. Our tagline is "For Good Forever." So we are here to play an important role in this community today and tomorrow. We have a very broad, flexible purpose. Our tentacles are really everywhere in the community. We fund arts and culture and historical preservation. We fund economic development. We fund health and human services, education, the environment, young people, old people. So we interact with the community in many, many ways. Our partners and partnerships is very important when you're talking about sustainability and building communities. So we partner with donors. That can be individuals or families, businesses. We partner with the university. We partner increasingly so with the public sector. We partner with other funders. And we are here to help people who love this community and want to make a meaningful difference, not only for today, but for tomorrow. So we have scholarship funds. We have funds for all the different areas that I've talked about that we support through our grant making. And it's a wonderful opportunity to work for people who want to give back, which is very important to sustaining communities. We have about $60 million in assets. We awarded $2.6 million in grants last year. We manage over 425 different funds, all set up to help sustain the Ann Arbor area. For tonight, one thing I wanted to focus on was quality of place, as I looked what other folks were going to be talking about, and something the Community Foundation is extremely interested in getting more involved in is about place and the economics of place. And I know the mayor has had, I think, everybody in City Hall read The Economics of Place, the Value of Building Communities Around People. So I'll be taking a few of my remarks tonight from this book that was put up by the Michigan Municipal League. So if you're talking about place as a concept, it plays a vitally important role in shaping our economic future. So if we're, when I came to Michigan in 1969 as a freshman, I think you could have shot a cannon down Main Street. Not killed many people on a Friday night, on a Saturday. It's very different today. And that didn't just happen. Building that took cooperation, collaboration among a lot of people, not just the city of Ann Arbor. In order to sustain what we have here and to build on that quality of life, that quality of place, we need to, in a knowledge-based economy, have this wonderful community to attract and retain talented people that we need, increasingly so in a knowledge-based economy. So how do we do that? So how do we build a place that people want to live, work, play, learn, and live? There's someone on our board who works for IBM, could live anywhere in the country because the technology chose to come here to Ann Arbor to live. Now, certainly there were some connections through his wife and family, but could have lived anywhere. And one of the reasons, he often says, is because of the quality of place. I don't think we really used to think about place so much in terms of economic development, but today you cannot have an economic policy without having a place-making policy. It's no longer just about being safe and is it a functional community, but is it a place that inspires people, that encourages creativity and innovation that is increasingly important in the economy that we all live in today. Specifically, the dimensions of quality of place fall across these 8 dimensions, part of what you touched on. So, and what I would like to focus on a little bit that I don't think the other speakers will be talking about is cultural economic development. Certainly, quality of place depends on all of these interacting with each other. None of this can be done in a vacuum. Also, I know this is about Ann Arbor, but in order to really achieve quality of place, we need to look broader than just our own city limits. And I think that's a challenge for all of us, to think more regionally, and also how we collaborate with others to achieve these 8 dimensions of quality of place. Looking at cultural economic development, what are we talking about when we're talking about cultural economic development? We're talking about arts and culture as an essential component of a knowledge-based economy. We're talking about a healthy, creative sector that attracts and retains residents and businesses. Pfizer, when they were here many times, talked about the fact that one of the reasons they located here was because of our very diverse cultural environment. A strong cultural and economic plan helps create jobs, a stronger tax base. It can help with downtown and neighborhood revitalization and tourism. Every public dollar that's invested in the arts and cultural area brings a $51 return on investment. That's critically important. And we know that because of place, because of the quality of our community, we're making lots of, top 10 charts in a variety of ways. And many of times it's among the best places to live, whether it's for women, whether it's for retirees, whether it's for raising a family. And again, a lot of that has to do with place, and a lot of that has to do with cultural and arts in our community. So whether it's the Ann Arbor Summer Festival, whether it's UMS, whether it's Festivals Parade, I'm sure some of you went to, whether it's the art fair, all of that has to do with what is one of the things that makes this community really, really special and why people want to live here, and the importance of sustaining that. It just doesn't happen. The nonprofits can't do it alone. They need partnerships from their donors. They need partnerships with the university. They need partnerships with the public sector. One thing that I don't think that's getting touched on tonight, and just want to make a comment on, because I think Mary Jo Callan was supposed to be here from the Office of Community and Economic Development. We have a very creative and entrepreneurial nonprofit community. And one example of that is in the health and human service area, where the Office of Community and Economic Development, which is the city, county, and urban funding sources, the United Way of Washtenaw County, and the Ann Arbor Area Community Foundation are collaborating in our funding. We're making our funding decisions about the health and human service sector area together. There is no community in the country that is doing that. And so we're looking at sustainability, we're looking at some of our neediest citizens in a time of great need and increasingly rare and harder to seek resources. So I wanted to just touch on that, and I know later we're going to hear a little bit more about housing. So that is it for me for right now. I look forward to questions from you, and also just wanted to point out there is some information about the Community Foundation on the table outside. So thank you very much.